All right. Happy New Year, everyone. This will be the last time I say it, hopefully. It is Monday, January 12th. The time is 6 p.m., and it is our regular meeting. Madam Secretary, can we have a roll call?
Laster,
Present.
Kamal,
Here.
Piles,
Present.
Davis,
Here.
Jackson. Rogers is present, and Kennard.
Excused.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
All right. Thank you. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we are now at the acceptance of the agenda. Be it resolved that the Board of Education accepts the January 12th, 2026 meeting as amended to remove the Class of 2028 presentation and add a closed session for the purpose of 8E pending litigation, Doe versus Romulus Community Schools.
Support.
It's been motioned by Laster, supported by Rogers. Any discussion? Roll call.
Laster,
Yes.
Rogers is yes. Piles,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Jackson. Kamal.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We are now at the public comment portion of the agenda.
I don't have any.
Seeing none, we are moving down to the consent agenda. Madam Secretary, can you read that for us?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education approves the January 12, 2026 consent agenda as presented. Matters listed under the consent agenda are considered routine in nature by the Board of Education and will be acted upon by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items. If any member of the board or any citizen requests discussion of an item, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will become the first item of business under the report of the superintendent. A, approval of the minutes for the Board of Education, 1 December 8th, 2025 regular meeting and December 9th, 2025 special meeting. B, approval of the bills for payment as submitted by the business office in the amount of $891,013.92. C, approval of the personnel actions as submitted by Executive Director of Administration and Human Resources Kevin Brock. Employment of Lori Hall, resource room teacher at Hale and Wick Elementary Schools.
Support.
It's been motioned by Rogers, supported by Davis. Any discussion? Roll call.
Rogers is yes. Davis,
Yes.
Jackson. Kamal.
Yes.
Piles.
Yes.
Laster.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Thank you so much. We are now at the report of the superintendent, Dr. Edmondson, with the district update.
It's only 6:04. It's a new year. It's a new year, baby. Yes, things are going by expeditiously. Wonderful. Well, I'm sure everybody knows. I don't want it to be the elephant in the room, but I think we all understand what event happened on Tuesday and how blessed we are as a district. As I've been finishing up this newsletter, I was trying to pull it up in time, but it just didn't sink yet. But I was already finished, but I decided to put this additional piece in that. Naturally, thank you to Maria Scott. Thank you to the Romulus Middle School staff. I mean, we don't hear them on the news or anything, but that would be to the two principals, Principal Niedermeyer and Principal Calloway, for their courageousness as well. You know, when things are coming at you, you're going to test your own, you will test your own, what's the word I'm looking for? Give me a word, somebody. Well, that'll work. I mean, there's a lot of things but just test whether or not you're ready. I mean, it's going to test if you have the will, if you're prepared, all of those things. Like, it's easy to do drills, okay, but as people say, when it's game time, what can you do? And that was game time, and students, I commended them last week. I met with all of them in the gymnasium, and I just said, thank you. Thank you for taking it seriously. When you think about that age group, most people are like, oh, the kids, they're this, they're that. They were everything that we expected them to be. When it's time to rise to the occasion, they did it. So it's a shout out to the staff for being prepared. You do all the drills, and sometimes as a former teacher, I was like, oh, man, we got to do this again. But you do them ad nauseum so that when actually it does happen, you are ready. To Mr. Perkins and his staff, I think you all were helpful in putting the little piece down. I don't want to talk about all our safety measures, but they're huge, knowing what to do when there's a lockdown. I don't know if you would know what to do in this building if something happened. Are you prepared? It's a good question, huh? But we were prepared there. LaGuardia, I wanted to mention them. You know, it wasn't about a year and a half ago when we were making decisions for like weapons detection, and we're talking about a security company come in and, you know, oh, we're going to spend all that money. Well, guess what? It was money well spent, and that's to the Board of Education too. That, you know, in your wildest dreams, I don't think that you think that it would happen to your school district. Wherever you are, you don't think it's going to happen to your school district, and neither did I in my wildest dreams that I think that anything like this would happen. I'm not down in any individuals. I'm not here to talk about that, period. I'm just talking about everything that happened, the convergence of everybody being ready at the same time. I have the name of the 911 dispatcher. Person is critical. Call that person, they put people into action. Our police force was here in roughly 90 seconds. 90 seconds to get there and be ready. I mean, just everything that happened, it just happened at the same time. Everybody was available at the same time. I got there in probably 3 minutes with Mr. Brock. And again, when you're driving over there, just everything goes through your mind. And I'm just very thankful that I was able to get there, and everything was what was happening when I got there. Everything was happening when I got there. But just to be ready, and I think as a leader, people expect, they want to see you be that person. And, you know, a few of my friends and my dad are telling me, you are that guy. You're that guy when things come, when the things hit, you're ready. So definitely, I mean, I would say that I was ready, but this is certainly not about me at all. But just everybody being ready at the same time, couldn't ask for a better result. So I'm sure there'll be things coming in the coming weeks. People might be recognized and things like that, and they deserve it. I don't want anybody to feel like if they don't get recognized, they shouldn't get mad that they didn't get it. Nobody's seen me. It's not what this is about, not at all. So hopefully nobody gets left. And I pray truly that we never get in a situation like this ever again. But again, convergence, that everything happened the way that it was supposed to happen that day. And as I said on the news, I'm not perfect, we're not perfect, but yesterday worked perfectly. So we can leave here as boards. The decisions that you make do have an impact. They have an impact on all of us. So just wanted to mention that, get that out of the room kind of. I couldn't be more pleased. When I was just writing this thing in the newsletter, I said, it's going to be a memory for all of us, but guess what? We all have the same memory, that we all leave with the good memory that everything worked out the way that it should be. So I just want to thank the community. The mayor was very supportive, the chief of police supportive. I could go on and on and on, and I don't want to leave out anybody, but just everybody I thought of, I can think of, I mentioned. So let me just talk about a couple of things that are happening. We have I believe the city of Romulus has the Martin Luther King event that's hosted should be at the high school on Monday. I don't exactly have the time right in front of me. I apologize for that. But I know it's come out community-wide. Hopefully, we can get our students there. You can get your families there. Every year is different, and it should be, and this is different too. So hopefully that you can bring your family out and recognize the event, because Dr. Martin Luther King made a difference in our lives. Okay, well, I'll speak about me in my life for sure. I wasn't around, but absolutely his impact is to be felt, and it's still felt. A couple of things for the board and the community. Our second annual dodgeball is happening February 19th, not January, February 19th. I want to make sure that we have a good showing. We made $9,000 last year, We made $9,000 last year, and that was including gear, some of the gear we sold, and we do have, it's sort of like get sponsored. If you can pay or get sponsored for $25, because there'll be 5 rounds, you get knocked out, got to pay the $5. That's kind of the premise of it. But we'd love to have a great showing February 19th. That's the Thursday before the break. Okay? So I'd love to see you there. Bring a friend. As I told the principals, I'd like to see each school, not necessarily a high school needs to be more, but I just said each school, if they could bring 30 kids, or if you could pay for 30 kids at $25 a pop, you're talking about $750 a school. But if we just do just a little bit of recall, there was a golf outing where all those schools got $10,000 a pop. So I think $750, I'm not asking them to use that money, but do the math. I think you can find 30 kids, or as I said to them, if you can get staff members to sponsor a student at $25, they could do that. It's going to be a great event for us, great event for the community. Additionally, February 14th, so that's before that, at the high school, we're trying to get off the ground something different this year, and it's called a Steppers Ball. Now, so for some people, it's a ball, but we're not talking like Dancing with the Stars type ball. I just need you to do a little bit of research so you don't come in there and you're shocked. If you can ballroom dance, we'd like to see it. You and your wife, or you and your, I didn't say that you, I mean, I can, no, I can flush people out. All you got to do is look at them. They'll be, he's not me, man, I'm good. No, but if you know how to do that, or we're trying to do some lessons too, if you could do that, we'd like to see it. It's just an event. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know if we can even get it off the ground, but I said this could be a big event for our community and surrounding communities. I think that we can do it. Dr. Harvell has the personality to make that work. I think I have the personality to make that work, and not just the personality, I'll do the work to make sure that it's successful. So just put that on your calendar, February 14th. Valentine's Day, isn't it? Might not see you there, huh? Well, you know, February 14th, you can go get yourself dance and have a good time. Dodgeball, look like you're in good shape too. We want to see you there, okay? And it's going to be competitive. It's going to be fun, competitive. I said fourth grade and up. We want fourth graders to compete against other fourth graders, fifth graders. I told the police they did a wonderful job on Tuesday, but I will spare nothing in dodgeball. They're going to get it from me. So just a good community event. I'd love to see you if you can come out. We'd definitely like to see you, whether you are part of Romulus Community Schools or not. I'm sorry, you got to unlock that. Also, here it is, in terms of the community event, January 19th, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, community celebration, One Romulus, living the dream in action. Okay, sorry, your phone is, and then I don't know what time. Can't see that small print. 9:30 in the morning. Thank you. The march starts at 8:30. Thank you. I need your eyes too, because I can't see small print. All right, thank you. So that's a community-wide event. Hope to see you there. And lastly, the newsletter, I had to add to it, but it's here. It's coming out. It's going to come out to the entire community in a newspaper format. We will get that done. I believe my administrative assistant there, we're going to work to get this to the printer on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I tried to get everybody, I gave everybody in this district an opportunity to read it and provide feedback if they saw any errors. So any errors from there, I apologize, we didn't see them, okay, even after we asked. But I think this is a good start. My goal is to get this out, do these twice a year so that people in the community can use this as their source and not necessarily rely on others who may not give them all the information. So just want you to know that. Now, I haven't said this in a long time, so I'm going to say it. I'm honored to be the superintendent, and just because I didn't say it before doesn't mean I didn't mean it or that I've forgotten. I'm honored to be the superintendent. I'm honored that you all still trust me to do the work here and allow me to do the work here. So thank you so much, not only to the Board of Education, but the community who's been very, very supportive to me. So I appreciate that. I'm going to turn this over now to our president. Thank you.
Yeah, we starting off the New Year brief. Much appreciated. All righty. We are now at the report of the Director of Operations, Mr. Jason Perkins. He has an action item, but he's stepping to the front of the congregation for...
Are you going to the Steppers Ball? We'll see you there. Yeah. You and your wife look like you got a little rhythm there. You'll be there. Excited to see
rhythm, but thank you for the offer.
You don't have to have rhythm to be there. We'll see you.
I'll be home working on my vocabulary. Good evening, Board. Tonight for your consideration, we have the purchase of a new food service vehicle for the amount of $46,220 from a dealership by the name of Gorno Ford. This is a cooperative purchase through the Mish deal, so there's no need to bid out. We already know we're getting the best deal. This is utilizing food service funds. As you guys all know already, food service funds have to be spent. We have an excess right now. We have a spend down plan. This was part of the spend down plan with Mr. Graham. And even after this vehicle, we're still left with $160,000 to spend in this fiscal year. So believe it or not, it's a good problem to have. We're struggling to spend this money because there's only so many allowable expenses to spend it on. So it's a good problem to have, but it's hard to spend this money in time, and this will help us with the purchase of the vehicle for food service. The old vehicle will either come to maintenance for usage or be auctioned off, one of the two. So happy to answer any questions.
Recommended motion, move that the Board of Education approves the purchase of a box truck from Gorno Ford utilizing the Mish deal pricing for $46,220. Rationale, the purchases of the box truck will support food service operations by facilitating the transportation of food, equipment, and supplies to various locations and events. It provides more space than a regular vehicle, allowing for efficient setup, storage, and service during large orders and catering events. Budget implications is the cafeteria fund spend down. Exhibits are attached.
Support.
It's been motioned by Rogers, supported by Davis. Any discussion? Roll call.
Rogers is yes. Davis,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Kamal,
Yes.
Piles,
Yes.
Laster.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Thank you so much. We are now.
Support for the support. Thank you, Brian Eid, for being here for support.
Thank you.
We are now at the report of board subcommittees.
Okay, in the strategic plan subcommittee, we went over the progress that's been made on each of the goals. One of those goals is to review the student code of conduct and develop recommendations for the next school year. On that, we discussed organizing some kind of event for stakeholders in the community to come and provide feedback, especially those that were previously involved in developing the strategic plan. If anyone's interested in that, reach out to me by email, which is on the website.
I'll add to that, not just reach out to Trustee Kamal, but if you're comfortable, you can reach out to me as well. I sat on the committee. We looked up, and I'm like, ooh, it's that time already to redo. So you can't just sit back and not do. Your strategic plan is going to help guide your future. So we absolutely need active folks that are active. You don't have to be a parent. We need people also in the community. Again, I didn't mention that, but my newsletter talks about having a conscientious community. Whether or not you support the schools, you need to know about the schools, because schools can go away if you don't act. If you don't do anything, you can't complain. So we need people. I would prefer that you go to Trustee Kamal, but if not, you can certainly come to me. I'll work with her to make sure that we get the right amount of people to move us in the future. If you have some ideas on how you'd like or what you think we should do in terms of a district and how to move us forward, then you're the type of folks that we want. We want people who are actively engaged, and if you're not, come on out and we'll make you actively engaged, because you're going to come there and we're going to demand some things of you. But if you're coming to do nothing, you can tap on out and somebody else will do it for you. Thanks.
Hey, how everybody doing? So we had a curriculum subcommittee meeting on December 11th. We presented maybe 6 questions to Dr. Shammy that we would like for her to answer in writing and present to the board. I'm going to follow up with her tomorrow morning to see how she's coming with the report, and then we'll know when she'll be able to present it to the board.
Just a quick reminder, just because we are into the new year with the new board compensation plan, just make sure you are submitting your minutes to Eve. And if you don't have the minutes ready, just kind of send her an email with who was present at your meeting so we can keep track for board attendance.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Let's see. I want to thank State Rep. Wagella for being here, and I've talked to you a couple of times. not just because of what happened. You definitely keep in contact. You definitely are one of the boots on the ground. You are always around to just see what we need and very helpful and strategic and how can we do better for our students in our district. So thank you for that. He also, shameless plug, he has a coffee hour on January 20th at 6 p.m. and it's at the Leanna Hicks Public Library. We can get you that information and get that flyer out as well. So thank you so much. I want to also congratulate Samira Cersey. She is a senior on our basketball team. I know the girls' basketball team was a hot topic floating around the district that we don't have a team. We do have a team. It was a little bit of a struggle, but we're here. And I want to congratulate her on her major milestone of scoring 1,000 career points on January 9th against Melvindale. She did get it. I also heard from Paris McCarthy that she's kind of like 60 to 80 points, I'm not sure, away from being the record holder, which is held by Karma Jones. So she still has time to do that. But if everybody can come out tomorrow, we're versing Redford Union. So just come out and support. They'll be honoring her during halftime. So just wanted to put that out there and congratulate her on that. 6 p.m. Was that what you said? What time? Yeah, okay. Of course, want to thank Maria Scott. There's no words, you know. I was able to sit in on her interview and just hear it from her perspective, and very chilling to just hear the account. I just want to thank her. Like I said, it's no words, it's not enough gifts, it's not enough flowers. Just thankful that everybody was able to go home and hug their family, and that was the best worst case scenario that can happen. And from that, like I've been sharing with the, Dr. Edmondson and his cabinet, what can we learn from it? How can we up the security, and how can we just look at every avenue that we have to make sure if something like that, because we know the crazy world that we live in, make sure that we're prepared. Board, we have our finance meeting on January 15th from the responses that I received. It looks like Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm 85% probably not going to be here, so that will be run by Vice President Davis. You are in good hands. If you cannot make it because the quorum might be a little shaky, please let me know as soon as possible so we can go ahead and reschedule and go from there. But that will be at 6 p.m. And I mentioned about getting your information over to Eve. I think that's all that I have. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. And I will turn it over to Trustee Powles. Welcome back. You have any comments?
Thank you. Just Tuesday, I hope that it was a great outcome. And Dr. Edmondson and Mr. Brock, thank you for dropping everything and heading over there. I can't imagine heading to something so uncertain and dangerous, yet you did. And so thank you for that. And thank you to all of our staff, to our teachers who just, heard that this is not a drill. I can't imagine that either. But even more so, none of us can imagine what it would have been like if we didn't have that outcome. This community would have just been ravaged and never the same. So thank you to everyone. Thank you, Dr. Edmondson, for all the security measures, for all of the safety training. Thank you for staff that takes that seriously. We have children. We have children, and our staff too. They are equally as important, and everybody needs to go home to their families. Ms. Scott said it perfectly. One life lost affects so many others forever. So thank you for making safety a priority in this district. And to Maria Scott, just, yeah, as you said, there are no words for her. But yeah, and our secretaries, who are the first line of defense. Someone standing outside or inside shooting off a gun. Our secretaries are right there first. So thank our secretaries who just come to work every day and not expecting that to happen, but knowing it could, and knowing that the safety of everybody in that building to a large extent is on them. So just thank you, everybody in Romulus, for the teamwork, our law enforcement, everybody. But Dr. Edmondson and Mr. Brock, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Powles, and welcome back. Trustee Jackson. Thank you, Madam Secretary.
Just to ditto what my colleagues have said, there's no words that can explain what Ms. Scott, but I just want to thank everybody for all the teamwork and putting our kids first and, rock out the rest of the school year.
Thank you, Trustee Kamal.
I'd like to thank Maria Scott and the staff for protecting our children, and I'd like to thank the community for putting me in this seat a year ago. I'm hoping for a great 2026 and to serve you better in the next year.
Thank you. Vice President Davis? Okay. We do have a little pause before we go into closed session, but I will go ahead. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Rewind. Dr. Edmondson?
Couple of things. So, on Tuesday morning, I went and had my annual checkup. So that was at 8 in the morning. So I'm talking to my doctor, and he's like, you know, so what are you planning to do? We were just talking about career and things like that. And I said, I'm ready to retire in 5 years. I said, 5 years, I'm good. I said, I'll be 62. And what I'm about to share with you, I shared with the staff. And he was like, why not around 67? I was like, man, what? I'm done. I was like, at 62, I'd like to be done. And that's true. I'd like to be done. And then he said to me, there's two things I want you to think about when you make this decision. And this is for anybody that is my age and might be thinking about retirement, because it was something that I thought about, but not as much as I should think about. He asked me, what's your social network like outside of work? What is your social network like? I had to think about that, and I'm like, it looks very different than it did when I was 30. Very different than it looks like I'm 40 and I'm moving into my 60s. So there's not a lot of people that I hang out with at this point, or, you know, obviously not married. So things just look different. And I was like, man, my social network it's not happening. It's just not hot. It's just not happening. And he said, you need to address that, because a lot of people will go inward. They kind of turtle. He said, specifically as a man, he was like, that's what they do. And I was like, oh, I didn't really think about that. And then he said there is a relationship between dementia and not having any social outlet whatsoever. And I was thinking about my father, who's 90 and has a full social life, better than mine. So I was like, so in 5 years, I need to address that. The second one was equally, if not more, kind of devastating. He was like, what is your purpose outside of work? That got me thinking. Outside of my job, I mean, when I walk around and people know me, they're like, Dr. E, people count on me for so much. What happens when that's over? What do I have? And I need people to think about that, as I said to my staff, too. What do you have outside of here? So I was like, you know what? I have to develop purpose. I have 5 years to get that together outside of here, because this job and being in education has been my identity. Beside being a parent, it's been my identity. And when you take that identity away, what do you have? So I'm going to ask this community to help me with that. I can't do it by myself, but they ask me, you know, how are you doing with that? How are you doing with your purpose? How are you doing with your social life? Because when I walk away, I don't want to be the folks that come back and just hanging out. And, you know, sometimes we talk about that person like, man, he can't give it up. He's got to keep coming back. I don't want to be that person. But after that conversation, I understand why people do that, because they didn't take care of that in advance. So in the next 5 years, if I'm blessed to still be in this seat by this board, I have to think about that, my social network and my purpose, and I need to work on that and make that a priority. So I'm saying that to the district. I'm saying that to anybody else who is my age or who might be thinking about retirement. You better get those things together. Lastly, we all know Ed Martell. Ed Martell is representing the gentleman. We've all seen it. I will tell you this. I love Ed Martell. I just do. We go way back. He was the board president here. But I will tell you, this guy, Ed Martell, texted me on Saturday and said, hey, Ben, he called me Dr. Edmondson. Dr. Edmondson, I need to talk to you about a legal matter. I had no idea what he was talking about. None. I was like, but it's Ed, so I'm going to answer it. So I called him, and he just told me about his relationship with the assailant, and that they were neighbors, and he's known him for 10 years. They had been neighbors for 10 years. And the reality for me is this, and I'm not going to talk too much about this at all, but He's got a job to do. I have a job to do. The issue is greater than what happened. And I ask that people have grace just for anybody. You just need to have grace. And I'm not saying to have necessarily grace on him, but I'm just saying you need to have grace. This is a small community. Everybody knows each other. Okay? The way you are, the way that I was at 34 is very different than the way I was at 57. I've been through a whole lot. It could have looked way differently. And sometimes we need to have grace. Please don't think that's an excuse for me to say everything is good. I'm not saying that. I appreciated Ed calling me and telling me that he's representing the person. It's not going to impact my relationship with Ed. I don't do business with Ed. It's business. That's his business. That's his attorney. And I just ask that people let the process work for itself and give people grace. And I'm going to end on that note.
Sorry, I have a quote from Paris McCarthy. I didn't read it before I said the 60 to 80 points, but she said about Samira that she's been a special student athlete from the moment she met her. She scored 199 points as a freshman, 300 as a sophomore, and her greatest regret in leaving Romulus is that she could not coach her for her entire career. She's a true Eagle. She said, Cersei and I are like Don Staley and Asia Wilson, and Karma and her were like Phil and Kobe, end quote. All righty. And now we are going to move into the closed session motion. So I move that the Board of Education go into closed session under Section 8E pending litigation John Doe versus Romulus Community School District.
Support.
It's been motioned by Lasser, supported by Davis. Any discussion? Roll call.
Laster,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Yes.
Piles.
Yes.
Rogers is a yes. Closed session at 6:31.
Thank you.